Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So how do you usually practice to playing a keyboard?
I usually practice with my teacher in my home.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi bilingualers, my name is SALSABILLA Amira Mindarti. I am from 8.6 class. As you can see, today I'm here with my friend. So please let my friend introduce herself.
Hello, so my name is NAILA Zahra. I'm in grade 8.6.
And we are from MTsB Kiteni Cakep. So Naila, do you know what we will talk about in this podcast, Nai?
I think we will talk about Sustainable Development Goals and the Annual Conference 2022.
Yes, you are right. Today we will talk about Sustainable Development Goals Annual Conference 2022. But before we talking about the Annual Conference 2022, please let us explain what Sustainable Development Goals is. So guys, Sustainable Development Goals are a global action plan that agreed upon by many world leaders, including Indonesia. It contains of 17 goals and 169 targets that are expected to be achieved by 2030. And then the new goals are unique because it is to end poverty and then reduce inequality and also to protect the environmental. And SDGs contains of 17 goals and 169 targets that are expected expected by 2030, right?
SDGs also important because SDGs have an important role in various aspects of the global community. The main reason why the SDGs are so important is because the issues discussed are big global issues that must be resolved, such as poverty, education, equity, environment, health, and many others. The main reason why the
Yes, Naila, do you know that Sustainable Development Goals also has a pillars? There are 5 pillars, include no poverty, no hunger, and then health and prosperous life, quality education, and also gender equality. In essence, the goal is to achieve fair and equal equality to end all forms of poverty. These new goals are unique because it is to achieve the fair and equal equality.
Okay, so Indonesia position has ranked 15 of the country that has implemented the Sustainable Development Goals. In 2022, Indonesia has positioned in 82 rank, and the 2022 Indonesia has positioned in 67.
Yes, Naila. Do you know there are so many countries that join SDGs, right? There are 193 countries that agreed to make the SDGs framework. They joined it in September 2015. And do you know, Naila? They are joined SDGs for developing agendas and political policies for the next 15 years from 2016 until 2030.
Okay, according to the 2022 Sustainable Development Goals, Indonesia has increased for 65.16, and before Indonesia increased, the percentage is 65.3%.
Well, I think that's good for the position of Indonesia, right? And yes, Naila, we talk about the annual conference 2022. So, Sustainable Development Goals Annual Conference 2022 will take a place on 30 November until 2 December at Sultan Hotel Jakarta. Yes, it will take a place in our country, especially Jakarta, the capital city of Indonesia. The Sustainable Development Goals Annual Conference 2022 is the 5th time of annual conference and consists of a series of activities that promote and encourage the community participation platforms in accelerating the achievement of SDGs in Indonesia. In this annual conference, the government gave 2 awards to the parties who had contributed to the achievement of SDGs in Indonesia. The award is Indonesian SDGs Action Award 2022 and SDGs Campus Ambassadors for 2022 until 2024 period.
And Jaja, do you know Anugerah Indonesia Sustainable Development has 11 names or categories?
Wow.
Namely, ministries or agencies, city or district governments, provincial governments, universities, research institutes, and many more. I can't forget it.
Yes, there are so many, right? And then Naila. And in the second session, raised the theme of ecosystem that support the implementation of green economy transformations to achieve the SDGs. On that occasion, the former Indonesian Minister Bambang Brojonegoro will provide his views on the role of the digital economy in supporting the Sustainable Development Goals. And yes, Naila, green economy is a hot topic now because it contains economic ideas aimed at increasing welfare and then reducing poverty to ensuring social inclusion and then significantly reduce the risk of the environmental damage and also to implementing research efficiency.
And the application of the Sustainable Development Goals has aimed to eradicate the poverty and hunger. And before that, the aim are to reduce inequality within and between countries and improve water and energy management and take urgent steps for the address climate change.
And do you know, Nai, from the government side, it is necessary to strengthen policies and regional regulations on a green economy, complete with a clear criteria and environmentally friendly aspects. Meanwhile, the contribution of the business actors, according to Suharto, it is by implementing green, sustainable, and circular economy-based business operation. And then, for example, by implementing the energy efficiency in the production process. For business people, the point is to change the pattern of business from a linear economy to a circular economy.
Yeah, and Sustainable Development Goals 2022 has present like art performance and invite like students and young people to which devoted to encouraging a green economy.
So yes, Naila, as we know, Sustainable Development Goals has many benefits for many countries if we do that right. And then I think it's really good for us to implement the Sustainable Development Goals. Yeah. So guys, I think that's enough about the Sustainable Development Goals Annual Conference 2022. We say sorry if there are mistakes. Plus, Let me say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.